How's it going, SGDQ? I'm LastXB2, and let's get ready for the Wii Sports Resort All Sports speedrun. So basically what this is it's going to be all 12 sports, all 12 of these categories, and it's going to be one category from each sport. So basically it'll be just duel and not speed slash nor showdown. So Wii Sports Resort was made solely for the purpose of introducing the Wii Motion Plus, which is this black thing right here, as an extension to the Wii Remote that enhances 3D gameplay by a long stretch. It basically took all the faults of Wii Sports and it improved them by a lot. So since there's no true start to this, I'm going to choose to start with Swordplay first because it's short and quick, so it would be great as my first category if I choked it up. So you just swing from right to left, but if he blocks you successfully, then you will fall backwards and lose your balance, and it wastes 2 seconds. Right there, I just did an exit, which is when you exit out of game after you met all the requirements. So there are certain rules you have to abide to in this speedrun, and if you meet all those requirements, then you can move on. So this is golf now, and golf is heavily reliant on RNG, and RNG is basically luck. It determines certain values in situations. For example, it'll determine where the hole will be on the greens, and the direction the wind will be blowing in, and how fast it will be blowing. So for example, the RNG determined that the wind will go forward at 14 miles per hour, and that the hole will be on the left side. At the very front, I believe. Yeah. There are probably about 8 different setups for this one hole. 8 different hole setups for this one hole. And it's pretty crazy how much RNG can make it differ.
Good birdie!
Because there are some spots on the course that are very slopey or hilly, so it makes it a lot more difficult to make it into the hole because you have to adjust to that. So this happens to be my favorite hole because I really like that river. I don't know.
On the green.
And this happens to give me the best luck, I guess. I usually get really good luck on that hole for some reason. And it's crazy. So basically this is the same thing as regular golf, except for the fact that it doesn't have a hole number generation, so the hole stays in the same place. The Frisbee is a lot more affected by the winds though. So if the winds were 20 back, then it would go farther back from the 0 mile per hour wind than it would for golf. And that just landed in a tree and it popped up. So that was bad luck. The trees are very annoying in this game. I speak for the trees in saying that they're pretty annoying. And this might make it, but it might be a bit short.
Good birdie.
Guess I was wrong. Yeah, Frisbee golf hole 2 is probably the hardest hole of them all. It's probably the segment I reset most to, as you can see. I wasted a lot of time because of the trees. You have to have like a perfect RNG setup in order to get a good time on it. Okay, that was absolutely beautiful, and that gave me my best Frisbee golf hole 3 segment ever. So that's amazing. So this is wakeboarding, and wakeboarding is it's interesting that it's in a speed run because what you basically do is just relax on the couch and have a cup of joe and relax with the chat. So it would be a good time to read donations, and it's just a good time to go get a glass of water and take a breather from the stress that the runs are bringing, if any. So what I'm aiming to do right now is I'm trying to do like get as many points as possible by landing parallel to the water, and it speeds up the boat every time you do that. And if you're not parallel, it resets it back to the beginning. So we're back to square one. In the last 10 seconds, I've observed this, and it's very weird. In the last 10 seconds of this, the countdown will become faster. I'm not sure why this occurs. But it happens to all runners, both in TSC and PAL. I haven't looked a lot into it, but I will definitely research it more because it's very interesting.
Excellent! Wow! Amazing! Whoa!
Thank you for setting up the donate link wipeout.
Right on! Whoa! Looks great!
Okay, so we're nearing the end of the segment, and this is the transition over to one of the Nunchuk included games, so I'll be attaching this right before, and skipping the Wii Motion One test. That test kind of ensures like whether or not you're connected correctly with the Wii sensor bar, so it doesn't have weird spasms. But it really won't, so it's nothing really much to worry about. Right now you're just worrying about whether your run will get PB or not. This is my favorite category of the run because I don't know, it's pretty fun. I was a little early with split, but that's okay. This is a good run. A good run would be like 18 and below. So right now I'm 17:45 pace. And that's really good. The world record is 17:31, so that's just like 13 seconds off. It's crazy. Nice strike. The more strikes you get, the more time you save. Oof. I had spinning enough there. Whoops. I hit the stamps. I can't believe I just did that. So, bowling isn't a lot of RNG, but it does have some luck to it, because you have to hit it in just the right way to get a strike sometimes. And sometimes the pin will bounce off the back and give you a strike from there. That's crazy. So right now, this is not the best bowling ever, but it's something. Strike! Okay, so I'm doing an alternate strat now, which is like if you mess up a lot in this, then you have to resort to that. It's kind of the last resort, but it works. It's consistent. It's slower though, and that's why we don't use it very often. I'm not sure why it is slower, but it happens to be slower in timing, so I decide not to use it. So in my PB I got 6 strikes, and in that I got 2, so it wastes a ton of time, man. As many, the most strikes you can get is 9, and then get on the 10th frame you have to gutter them both, so that you don't get a 3rd frame.
1-0.
So what I'm doing right now in table tennis is I'm backspinning it and cornering it so much that this terrible opponent cannot hit it. Because he's so bad at this game that he can't hit it back. Sorry to say, man. Kind of sucks.
4-0.
Uh-oh, he might be back. No, it's fine.
5-0.
He's bad.
For the win.
We have a running joke that we have a running joke about him. I forgot what it was though. I'm too focused on this right now. So this is basketball, and there's a skip called bell skip, where if you do like get 5 points before the 3rd set of balls ends, like if you get like at least like 5 points, then you can skip a bell segment, like a bell cutscene that wastes 5 seconds if you get it.
Count it. What a shot!
So I skipped it there, and I got back 5 seconds. So this is a good run right now. It might not look good because of the splits, but the splits are world records, so not to worry at all. Very good time. And this is another one of the Nunchuk sports. This one is one of my favorites because it has you can do a skip. You can do 3 skips, and we're basically abusing the fact that you can be out of bounds for like more than like a couple. You can be out of bounds for a couple of seconds. The game will actually let you. So, like this. So like after it counts down from to 0, you'll be reset back on the course with no speed, and it wastes a lot of time to do that. So make sure you're careful about it when you're running this game. And sometimes, for whatever reason, checkpoints come flying out of the water, and they bonk into you and make you fly like really high up. It's crazy. It's weird. It's hard to describe though. Oops. I'm not sure really what happened there, but yeah, it's bad. So I'm going to be submitting this both as a solo run and a race with Chris Soupy, who happens to also be submitting all sports. This is a really good race category because it shows the different strategies of both runners. And it's really appealing to viewers because I've I've asked people who are watching it in the chat like how much they like the races, and they like them even more than they like the single player. They seem to like how the strategies like they seem to like how certain times in the run can be like made up and saved, and other times will be wasted, and the runs end up so closely together. It's really cool to see. So canoeing was just wasn't really much of anything. That's why I talked about the races there. It was just simple canoeing. But a fast time in canoeing would be a 25 or above. And I got a 27, so that's pretty good. Basically in this sport, you have to boost a lot. And you have to go closely behind others, which is called drafting, and you get an energy boost from it. So energy is basically those three parts at the top left corner. So if you keep 3 hearts, then you have a lot of energy. But energy doesn't influence how fast you do it. It just influences how much you can boost and cumulative time. So right now I can boost at least 9 times before running out of energy and stopping for a drink of water. If you boost too much and you get 0 hearts, you will become blue and stop for a drink of water. It's crazy. Yeah, cycling is the craziest sport here. I've seen people accidentally fall off the place here, but it's nothing graphic. Trust me. So that's what the blue person looks like. I call it the blue man. But yeah, it's like at least it wastes at least like 8 seconds or 9 seconds. It depends on like what part of the course you're at right at the end. So a good time for this would probably be 2:05 and under. So I'm gonna draft behind all these people and get a big speed boost. I guess it was okay, but 206 is okay. Next up is the last segment, skydiving, and this is the final part of the run where your heart is beating at least 180 miles per hour. So there's a skip called the wind skip, where if you grab a person at the beginning, you will skip like a very long cutscene and save at least 5 seconds. So I got the person, and I'm going down. This is going really well. So now we go almost vertical, but not like. If you go 90 degrees down, then the wind slows you down because there's an upward current happening. I think it's like a jet stream of some sort of, I don't know, some sort of other. But if you go like this, then that's the most optimal way.
Okay, everyone, form up.
So we get to form up with the people we caught for a picture at the end. Go inside the ring to get extra points. Nice, that was really good. And it was a gold. So, yeah, that's my Wii Sports Resort submission, and it's such an interesting game to watch because, like, there's so many things going on in so many different segments, and it's very educational to run. Like, it helps motor skills and just like learning how to speedrun, like branching off into bigger things like Mario 64 and Super Mario Bros. Original. Helps with like establishing like good basis for those two sports. So I hope y'all enjoyed my run. Please tune in once more for my golf 18 hole submission run, which I'll be submitting alongside this. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.